I'll speak a little bit to you, but I really want to show you some skills on your feet. I want to reinforce to you what it takes to really get better. And, you know, it really needs to start on your feet. You got to learn how to take people down. You got to learn how to defend. Riding and getting away, escaping and reversals is probably the easiest part of wrestling, especially at your age. Okay? But learning to take people down and learning to sprawl and score defensively is something that really needs to start developing at this age. You know, once I get you in college, if you don't have some of those skills, I really can't change you in 4 years. It's real tough. You know, if you can't move your feet, you can't really pick up your feet, you can't sprawl, you can't do some of those basic fundamental skills, it's really tough to try to get it at 18, 19 years old. Especially when you're wrestling some of the best wrestlers in the country that are in college. So I know that a lot of you, you know, you have high goals and you want to pursue wrestling through college, and I know some of you might even be thinking of going on to the World and Olympics one day. You know, but I will tell you this, that when you get to that level, your success and your failure really depends on how well you move your feet. It doesn't mean that we don't concentrate on top, we don't learn how to turn, we don't learn how to cradle, we don't learn how to use legs, or on bottom, we don't learn how to come out of legs, we learn how to escape with stand-ups, with switches, with Granby rolls. Those are very important, okay? But I will say this, if you look at how many of you guys watch the NCAA championships? All of you, some of you? Okay. If you look at the 10 matches in the finals and the 10 matches for third and fourth, 18 of those matches were determined by the takedown. Not by riding, not by turning, but by a takedown. The guys that got the takedown are the guys that won the match. Okay? Doesn't mean that they wasn't good riders, doesn't mean that, again, that they didn't work on getting away. Okay? Just means that it's very important. How do you become better on your feet? Learn just simple things of how to move your feet. A lot of times we go in and we start focusing on the high crotch. Okay? But what we don't focus on while we're hitting that high crotch is what am I doing with my feet? Okay? I can drill a high crotch on you, stand up. I could drill 15 high crotches on you, and none of them will equal to what I got to do in competition. So what we always want to develop is when we're practicing our drills or sparring with our partner, okay, the focus has always got to be, what am I doing with my feet? And people are missing this, okay? When I grew up, at the time when I was growing up, all over this station, that was one of the key, most fundamental things that went on in practices, little league practices, junior high and high school, was really focusing on learning how to move your feet. And a lot of wrestlers during that time came out, was phenomenal, went all the way up to the highest level of wrestling you can get, Olympic gold medals. And I really, you know, from my career, I really look back on that I had some great youth coaches, some great junior high coaches that forced me to learn how to move my feet. Okay? We must learn how to move our feet. Not just for scoring purposes and taking the guy down, but for defense purposes as well. Learning to pick our feet up, learning to be able to sprawl, learning how to sprawl, get from point A all the way around the guy to point B. For a 2-point takedown, 1-point takedown in freestyle. Okay? So it's real important that you understand that as you go through your levels of wrestling and where you're at right now, okay, the higher the level you go, okay, moving your feet becomes more important each level. Okay, if you can. Now, make sure you understand this. I'm not talking about guys that, you know, when I wrestled, I had a lot of stance and motion, a lot of motion, okay? And I learned how to move my feet through a lot of motion, okay? But I may have a guy standing still, okay, and not using so much motion, but he knows how to move his feet. He knows how to move them to score. He knows how to move them to defend. He knows how to react. Okay, he knows how to pick his feet up. So it's not all about how fast you move around the mat. Okay, it's a matter of you when you're broken down in the stance. Okay, when you're broken down in the stance, can you move your feet? Can you move to a score? Can you move to a defense position? Can you pick your feet up? Okay, and what you need to understand is that most of you right now, I got a lot of young people here. Most of you are uncoordinated right now in developing it, meaning you can't be where I would want you. Just impossible. Okay? But the earlier you work, the earlier you develop those skills, the earlier you build the power in your hamstrings, your quads, okay, your hips, being able to build that strength, and the more you practice it, the more it becomes natural to you. Okay? I will say it's a process over about 6 years if you're 10 years old. Okay? And that's if you practice it on a daily basis. So I'm just going to show you a few drills here. Albert White, which is one of my wrestlers that wrestled for me, came from Illinois, junior college national champion. How many times you won state? Four-time state champion out of Illinois. He was coaching at Georgia last year at junior college, and now he's back at Oklahoma State. All I'm going to do is show you a few things, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about, or open it up to some questions, okay, right now. One of the things we really want to focus on, guys, and this is not so fundamental that you don't go over it all the time. Our stance and our motion on our feet, remember this. Everybody pay attention to me. Remember this. You will never perfect this. Okay? And stance, position is everything on your feet. Of whether you're a good offensive wrestler or whether you're a good defensive wrestler or whether you got good offense or whether you got good defense. It all comes from your positioning and how you move your feet. And sometimes we assume as wrestlers that stance and motion is the most basic thing. I know that. We learned that when I was 5 years old. Well, you better keep learning. Okay? And not think it's so simple that I could probably take the majority of you guys right here, put you on a mat, and just watch you move and tell you you're a ways away. Okay? And you think you know it. Alright? In my career, over my 6 years of winning Worlds and Olympics, every day I put 20 minutes into this. Every day. Okay? And the reason most people don't is because it's hard. It's painful. It's hard on my hamstrings. It's hard on my legs. It's hard for me to recover before the next practice. But once you put that time in, all of a sudden you've developed another conditioning level, another strength level that give me 15 minutes and I'm recovered. Rather, if I put you through 20 minutes of this, you couldn't recover before Sunday. Okay? So, stance and motion. Just a few key things that you want to remember. One thing about, let's go square stance. One thing about our square stance here is that we always want to focus that our feet are just right outside of our shoulders. Okay? And they never, whenever I move my feet, they never go within that range or outside of that range. Okay? Now, we've seen great wrestlers spread their feet real wide and have a lot of success. Okay? But that's very few. That's not the majority. Okay? Rule of thumb is your feet just a little bit. So, from here, what we do is we learn to move our feet from here in little circle drills or forward drills. But I'm just going to have him circle here. And what I want to see is that I want to see that head stay level, and I want to make sure that Albert, okay, is not bouncing around here. His body's not going everywhere. His hands don't drop. All of a sudden, when we start wrestling and we have to move our position, probably for 90% of my guys, our position to get lazy. We'll start reaching, we'll start extending, we'll start doing things that take us out of good solid position. Elbows always in the pocket. When I say the pockets, I have pockets right here in my jeans. Okay, I want them right in the pockets. I want my elbows back. Hands slightly, knees slightly bent, thumbs up, hands slightly curved. Okay? Strong position. I want to look at this guy and I can watch Albert move and I go, this guy's a pretty good wrestler. I don't care if I've ever even seen him wrestle. I can just watch him move and going, this guy's pretty good. Not knowing his record, not knowing who he is, not knowing anything. You can get that from just watching somebody move. Okay? So I want to be able to watch you guys eventually move going, guy's pretty good. I don't need to go watch him wrestle. Okay? I probably do, but I can tell you pretty quickly, I bet you're pretty good if you look good. Okay? So Albert's going to move in a circle here. He's been sitting in the stands for about 2 minutes. Okay? And he's going to keep his feet a little bit wide and shoulder width apart. Circle, go. Big circles, big circles, big circles. Now, do we do this in a match? Keep going. We don't do this in a match. Okay? But we want to make sure sit there and circle like that. But in the match, in the course of a match, in college wrestling, you wrestle 7 minutes, you'll have to circle. If you're wrestling somebody good, I can't ride, or he can't ride me, and we're spending 6 minutes and 30 seconds on our feet, we'll go through a circle drill at least 5 times a piece in one match. Okay? Back, forth, here. Now, anytime we're moving forward, okay? We're moving forward as the lead leg, okay? And our feet still stay shoulder width apart, okay? We don't bring our back foot directly behind. We just go shoulder width apart and we just move forward on it. Okay, go. Moving forward. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Good. Short steps as we move forward. Okay? This is without putting the hands on it. Guys, everything we're doing right now is no hands are on it. No guys grabbing it. Everything changes when that happens. Okay? This is just learning how we move our feet. When we take steps, we look to focus on the steps anywhere from about 2 to 4 inches. No more than that. Okay? Learning to pick our feet up. Little drills that we do, sprawl drills. Because all I'm going to do is say, or all Albert's going to do is pick his lead leg up. He's not going to sprawl. Ready, go. Pick it all the way back. Heel to your butt. Go. This is how you sprawl. Okay? A lot of times we want to sprawl with the whole body. We want to take the whole body back. Just throw your body back and sprawl. Just throw it back. Throw it back. No, you're doing it wrong. Throw it back. Lock your knees out. Yeah, he's doing it right. He doesn't know how to do it wrong. It's good. A lot of times we'll lock our knees out. We'll lock our knees out. We'll throw ourselves up. Okay? Good guys that sprawl well, all they do is pick their feet up. And their body does the rest. Okay? So all Albert's going to do is pick his foot up when he sprawls. Right there. Now sprawl. Go. Okay? Learning to pick your feet up. It's the same way with penetration. If Albert's doing a post-high crotch, okay, he's going to pick his foot up to penetrate. Okay? So the better we get at picking our feet up, the better we get offensively and defensively. And those are easy drills. Let me share something with you. That takes a lot of hours, fellas. A lot of hours. Okay? Come back out. So you can tie this all together. Square stance, moving in a circle, moving forward, sprawl, and circle. Back up, circle. Circle, square stance, forward, sprawl. Again, circle, moving forward, sprawl, circle, moving forward, post high crotch, sprawl, circle, forward, sprawl, circle,